How to create hope and make happiness chase after you.
Hello everyone, it's Old Butter Bob coming to you today from a little park here in my hometown. I want to talk to you today about my personal hero. His name is Viktor Frankl. He wrote a book many years ago called Man's Search for Meaning. Years ago when I was in college, I took an elective course, and that course was a philosophy class. I'm kind of strange like that. I like stuff like that. And the professor, bless his soul, he was a fantastic man. And he assigned us to read a book and do a report on it. Well, I'm like most students and young guys like that, and I didn't want to read this book, but I ended up loving the book. And I loved it because this man that wrote it, Viktor Frankl, his attitude about life has helped me so many times. You just can't even imagine the times in my life when this man's philosophy has just transformed my way of thinking and really got me through. Viktor Frankl was a psychiatrist. He lived in Austria. And when the Nazis came to power, they, of course, everyone knows, they rounded up the Jewish people. And he ended up in Auschwitz. He lost his home, his wife, his family. He lost everything. But unlike so many others, he was not put to death when he went to Auschwitz. He was put on a work detail. And he spent a lot of time thinking about the people who survived. Why did they survive? The ones that were given a chance to survive, that is. Why were they able to survive? What was the thing that changed them or transformed them or strengthened them? And he came to believe that that thing that transformed them, that gave them the strength to go on, was their belief that there was something, some goal, some person, something that they wanted to do with their life in the future. It was this goal-oriented drive that these people had that made life worth living for them and gave them the hope and the drive they needed to get by. You know, every single day I get a letter from someone who is absolutely desperate. They're unhealthy, they're fat, they're sick. The things seem so overwhelming that they don't know what to do. They don't know how to even start. Folks, if that's you, listen to me for a few minutes. Viktor Frankl one day was on a long march, and he was cold, and he was hungry, and believe me, his life was just pure hell on earth. No other way to say it. And he got so sick and tired of thinking these thoughts that he just imagined. He imagined that he was standing on a podium, or a stage, behind a podium, dressed in a nice suit of clothes, giving a lecture, telling people at this hall sometime in the future about his experiences as a survivor of a Nazi war camp. He gave this lecture in detail in his mind. Folks, the man lived and got out of Auschwitz and did give these speeches all over the world, these lectures. Wrote a book about it. Here I am 70 plus years later talking about it. See, he believed that no one in this world can survive anything unless they have hope for the future. You got to have hope. How do you give yourself hope? You give yourself hope by dreaming and making those dreams real in your mind. You make them real by imagining the things that would happen when those things came true, when those things become true for you. I did this myself. When I first started out, I was desperate. I didn't know what to do. But I started thinking about Frankl. And I thought, how could I do what Frankl did? And I made a little tape for myself. I've had a video about this before called Remembering the Future. I made a video and I talked to myself about what would it be like if that day came when I was thin, when I had reached my goals. What would I be doing? What would I be saying? You know, and part of that video was that someday when I figured this out, I would bring this knowledge to the world. That's kind of what Frankl did. He thought, if I can survive this Nazi war camp, I'm going to help somebody when I get out. I'm going to show them the way. This is a very important point, and I want to bring this out. To live in this world, we have to come outside of ourselves. We have to find a way to get outside of our own immediate world and have some goal that's bigger than ourselves, that involves helping someone else or doing some worthwhile project. This is a very important thing. If you ever want to see someone that's depressed, find somebody that focuses only on theirself. It focuses only on their problems. Their mind, everything goes down to a small point. But the people who are well-adjusted, people who feel good in life and who do well in life, they are people who look outside of their own immediate circumstances. And they think of some goal, some purpose. And you know, it doesn't have to be earth-shattering. You don't have to give lectures all over the world. It could be that your neighbor is sick and you go mow their yard for them. It could be that you have a child, a special needs child, and you dedicate your life to helping that child have the best life that they could do. It could be that you just want to lose weight and you want to get healthy so that you can be an inspiration to others. Whatever it is in life that you choose, that goal is a driving force of your mental health. It will make you happy inside. It brings happiness to you because, like Frankl said, happiness cannot be a goal. We can't just say, I'm going to be happy. Happiness is a side effect. It's a side effect of some worthwhile goal, some person that we love, some thing that we're doing that is outside of ourselves. We have to imagine our future. And the way to imagine our future is to think about what would happen if what we wanted to happen actually occurred. What if? What would we be doing if the thing that we wanted to happen the most actually happened? Whatever it is, it becomes a goal that we imagine doing. And this gives us the hope that we need to live. If you want to break the cycle of depression and start living your life again, imagine what could be. Imagine it in great detail. Think about it. Record it. Record it audio-wise. Record it video-wise. Listen to it all the time. Think about it. Imagine it. Remember it as if it's already happened. Think about it as a time when it's already happened. Pretty soon you will be shocked at how much your mind will change. Think about ways that your goal is going to change other people's lives, involve other people, and how you can expand your little world. Pretty soon you'll see that your depression, your despair, it will fall away so fast. It's so easy. Before I left the park, I wanted to show you this beautiful honeysuckle vine. The honeysuckle are in bloom here in Tennessee, and they're beautiful. It's starting to rain, so I'm going to cut the video short. But before I go, I want you to know that on my website, there's a free gift that I have for anybody that wants it. You don't have to sign up for anything. It's no gimmick to try to get you to do anything. It's just a free book that I wrote many years ago when I was facing some hard times. It's a free book that talks about a lot of the things that we talked about in this video. And anybody that wants it is welcome to it. And I hope it helps somebody. You guys have no idea how much your success makes me feel better. How much it motivates me, how much it encourages me. And I just want to give something back to you. And there's something about giving that makes the whole universe conspire to give back to you. When you give, others give. Everything gets better when we help each other. Goodbye. I want to read something to you that Mr. Frankl wrote in his wonderful book. It is a peculiarity of man that he can only live by looking to the future, and this is his salvation in the most difficult moments of his existence, although he sometimes has to force his mind to the task.